Guys, go straight to questions. Brian, you still need the first one?
Yeah, Cal, about Ohio State and their shooting from the outside. What have you told your guys about that? How much do they have to ramp up the defense out there?
Well, they got a lot of guys that can score, but they also are good around the baskets, which is why they're as good as they are and is rated where they are. They play physical. They're a good defensive team, but you're right. They have 5 or 6 guys that can shoot it, and what's happening is they're shooting at a high percentage. So it's not as though they're taking 43s a game. Just the ones they take, they make, and or at least 40% of them, 30, whatever it is. It's a high percentage.
How good is Wes and Cal around the basket?
Good, strong, physical, bully ball. Like, will bully you under the rim, will wedge you under the rim to offensive rebound. But he's got a good touch, can step out and make shots. Like, you can't, the pick and pop, it's real. Like, the kid can make it. They do a lot of roll replays. They're good. They're one of the best teams in the country. That's what we're faced with.
John,
Go ahead.
before y'all came out here, you made a mention of you show up with any coolness, you're going to get your head handed to you. Was that the issue the other night or not?
For 30 minutes, it was obvious who the aggressor was and who, like, I'll just tell you, to start the game, when they outrun us, even after a made goal, to shoot late, they scored 9 points in transition. I mean, what do you say? Like, what is your, like, guys, they're just outrunning you. Normally, that means you don't think you have to play that hard. My message to these guys, they need each other. We played 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. The way we're going to have to try to play for 40, we're maybe not capable of that right now. But let's not make it 10. Let's make it 25 or 30. And so that we can fight and see where we are. We got away from creating shots for each other. So now all of a sudden, the shots we had, some of them were open, but they're not as confident shooting because we're let me get mine, and if I don't, I'll get you. So there's some things we're going to have to work on.
Cal, I know the flow of the game, the way the games went are different, but last year around this time, you go play a neutral site game against a team that people think you should beat. You lose it, you come out and say to us, I'm going to treat this like, and your players, treat this like a win. I saw some things I liked. We're making progress. Is there any of that from what happened at the end of the game?
It was in my meeting. It was in my meeting. I said, we have a will to win. We showed it for 10 minutes. We have a will to win. I'm good now. Now, we need to handle this as though we won this game close at the end where we had no business winning. We still could have won. Make a free throw, call here, this happens, they make a shot, we miss a shot. We win that game, how would we all be feeling? But we're a ways away from where we need to be. And the physicalness, like their team, you heard their guys say, you gotta have physicalness. Let's make sure we're the most physical team. And in that game they were. So it's a lesson for us. I thought EJ fought, but the rest of it was they were more physical than us. Now this game, these guys rely on their physicalness. Let me say this, when they set a screen, oh, you know, there's no spinning out. Like, you know you got screened. I'm talking on the ball. They hold it, they hammer, they move, they hit. They're going to screen you. Second thing is, then we got to screen them. If you watch the tape, we screen nobody. We're almost like, ooh, we gotta get that going. But again, this thing is about upside. Where are we trying to take this? How do we got to do this? Still figuring out some stuff, me personally. Like, we're having to tinker with this and tweak this and try this. Does this make us better? But this is every year. If you have a team that's been together for 2, 3, 4, you have a good idea. This is a brand new team. Some guys that I'm expecting more from, I still am, but they've got to go do it. I keep saying the same thing. We can do what we can to prepare you and get you in the right frame of mind, both physically, mentally, how you're going to have to play, but you got to go do it. We can't do it for you. And in these kind of games, this one, you know, you're going to have to play.
PJ kind of figured out in that Seton Hall game, oh, this is how I've got to play all the time, because he dominated down the stretch and gave you guys that chance. EJ, give me the ball. I'll dive for the ball. EJ, do you show him that?
If you're that guy, bang. Nick, you were here, but you've been here most of the season. So we need you back up there. It's a choice. It's a choice. You could say it's not a choice. It's a choice. Choose to be up there. We need Khalil to be that other guy. And he's earned his way back. He's done it. It's not what I've done. It's not been given to him. He's earned it. Now don't give it away. You earned the opportunity. Now don't give it away. We need some other guys maybe play a little looser, let go. I mean, every game we play, we're supposed to win, and we're supposed to win by 20. Maybe not this one. So now play loose, go play. Let's see who we are right now.
What will we see, John, when Khalil blossoms? What will he
You're going to
be?
see that physical athlete who can guard multiple positions, who can go block shots that normal guys can't block, who can get at the rim at offensive rebound, and offensively is a finisher, not a dancer play starter. He is a finisher. When we give you that ball, finish, shoot it, drive it for a basket. If they happen to collapse, here's what we want you to do. If they don't collapse, score the ball. You're a finisher. You can't have everybody thinking they're a play starter. You can't play that way. You got to have guys that are play starters and drivers, and other guys, we need you to finish baskets, and we need that from you.
Is that a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist type of player?
Different. But Michael, you hate to compare anybody to him because his motor got him to be the number. His motor it was motor got him to be the number 2 pick in the draft. It wasn't his offense, his shooting. It was his motor, his defense, his ability to go after balls. That's a hard one to put on anybody. But
Yeah.
if I said he had that motor, you're special.
You said you need Khalil to be that third guy. Why?
Well, I don't know third guy. I
don't
need
mean
him to be a finisher. I need him to go get baskets because he can do stuff that other guys on this team physically cannot do. They don't have that talent to do what he can do. But he's got to play with unbelievable effort. All the other stuff doesn't matter, and he's beginning to do that. And if you watch, he's elevated that, which is what we've been demanding. We're not asking of guys, we're demanding play at this level. Look, there's things you can control. There are things you can't control. Your minutes, you cannot control. But while you're playing, your effort, how you play within what we're doing, that your skills, you control that stuff. So go play hard. You can control that. You can't control another guy on your team not passing you the ball. You don't have any control over that. But there are things that you can do that you're capable of doing, which is what we're trying to do with him.
Are you surprised with this team? Every team's different, but with this one, they have not brought that fight every day that you keep preaching.
The guys that have watched our former players say a couple of these guys got to understand you got to be a dog. If you're going to play at Kentucky, the other team's going to come out of their minds and play great basketball because it's Kentucky. If you're not a dog, why are you here? I mean, that's the guys that were at the game. You better be a dog. And so these guys are learning it. I mean, I hated to look at some of those guys that were saying it and said, you weren't a dog when you first got here either. You figured it out after a while that you were getting your head handed to you and it wasn't going to work your way. And you said, you know what, I got to go battle and fight and be that guy. So it takes time. I'm not, I hate losing. I'd rather learn from a close win. But many times your team needs to take it on the chin. There are other times where you could leave a game and feel good, win or lose, how you played. The last 10 minutes, I felt really good that we competed and we played to win. We needed to make a couple more plays. We didn't. Maybe we're not ready for that yet. Now we're playing against, in my opinion, the best team in the country. All right, so how do we play this? What do we do? They shoot it, they post it, they rebound it, they run good stuff. A lot of multiple pick and rolls. They bring bigs out. Their bigs can shoot too. I mean, we got a challenge, but you know what? It's the next one for us. It's like, let's go get this and let's see where we are right now. It's a great test for us.
What do you say to Nate right now as he tries to reintegrate himself and figure out what he can do?
It's gonna take time, and we're trying to figure out what we need him to do. Some things that he adds to this team. One of it's 3-point shooting. Adds to this team. So now it becomes, all right, how are we getting you threes? What were you doing? Make sure you're still in that mode. It doesn't mean I want you to shoot all threes, because I'll be honest, he's good in the post. He'll get fouled, but you know, he adds that one guy maybe we've been missing that can make 2 or 3 and get other guys confidence, because making them or missing them is like contagious. Like you see another guy and 2 go in, 3 go in, that goes in, yours are going to go in. If he misses, it's all contagious now. And trying to create good opportunities for each other to build each other's confidence is important.
Guys, just one more, so I can get you with the players.
How much are the shots, like, how much are the shooting problems mental, or is it shot selection? What do you chalk it up to?
Well, we went through all 17 and they were pretty open. So my thing is you can't worry about missing or making. You got to shoot loose, fall back on your training. I look at some of the guys that you're making 65 in 3 minutes or in 5 minutes, 65. Some of you make almost 70, and you get in this game wide open and you're missing badly. That's mental, man. Come on, you're better than that. Now, we're not a team that wants to shoot 35 threes. We just don't. But we want to shoot 20 to 21, 22, and we'd like to make 5, 6, 7, 8. That's who we are. We get to the line. We're a good 2-point shooting team. We have mid-range games, but if you collapse, which they're all doing right now, you got to take those. And the guys that are driving, they're collapsing. Find somebody. People are open. You got 4 guys in the lane. But it's all like our offense. I think it was 15 years ago, there was a guy that came up with this dribble drive motion. I can't remember what his name was. Then there was a guy about 6 years ago that started talking positionless basketball. I can't remember who that was. And then you look going forward, you don't even have point guards or centers anymore, okay? We play in a way, but we got to figure out each team. Some teams are unbelievable pick and roll teams. Other teams are not. Some teams are, their coach is comfortable shooting 35, 43s. Hard to win a national title doing that, because one game you shoot badly, and don't say, well, we'll make them every game. Doesn't happen, I'm sorry. You're not advancing, and then it's over. How do you defend? How do you rebound? If you go, and we're a kind of team, if we make 10, 11 threes, normally we're beating somebody. And normally we're beating them pretty good, because the other stuff doesn't change. But for this team, we're still trying to figure out how we should play. That's not on them, that's on me. Saying this team is totally different than the team we had a year ago. But it's still a work in progress. And now, you know, we'll see. Playing faster, spending more time on half-court stuff, creating more opportunities.